What's up? It's your boy, and let's go to it. This is the beef between Ray J and Badass. ASZZ. Now, this is during the Death Row era, of course. None of this ever materialized in a song, but Ray J was, of course, known as the little brother of Brandy, the first cousin of Snoop, so he just wanted to fit in. He seen Snoop blow up and Brandy blowing up, and she always taking him everywhere, and he's the next one, and he's getting TV appearances, taking the classes like her, and he thinking he's gonna be this mega star. And it just, nobody really gravitated to Ray J. He didn't really have a personality. And there's been a lot of instances where he just spaz out and act like a girl in a lot of situations, and he threw a drink, pouted, over certain things and throw tantrums like a woman would throw a tantrum. So, back in those days, he was hanging around with Snoop. He was with Death Row all the time, and they like, yeah, we love little Ray J. And Ray J was, Suge Knight's homie. He loved little Ray J. He was trying to thug him out and all this stuff during that time, and that's when Chili was hanging around, and T-Boz. Then it was reports that he smashed Chili and all this, and little young Ray J smashing Chili, and it was a ride that was going on for a period of time, like Ray J's the dude. And he started acting tough, started getting tattoos, and he's becoming what he's around and surrounded by. Now, Badass at the time had just got there in like 95, 96, around that time, and the most time anybody really heard him on was on Crazy with Tupac, and he started hanging around Pac more than he was like Daz and Corrupt, because Badass he's insane. And if anybody from Chicago listening to this, it means insane Crips. Okay, so he's with them, and Daz and all them dudes, them like his guys, because Daz is like somebody who was like always in the hood, no matter what. You'll see Daz in the hood, which was like, man, Daz, I thought you had this and that. What you doing in the hood? They were definitely in the streets. So when he came there, him and Ray J end up being cool and tight, and they boys, they hang out everywhere, and they used to talk, and Badass had a problem with some of the Outlaws because of Napoleon and all this stuff, and he thought Napoleon was trying to sleep with his baby moms and all this, and they lived in the same building. So Ray J was like, nah, man, I don't really deal with them too much like that. But he's like, I'm cool with it, but I'm gonna roll with you. Whatever you do, I'm rolling with you. You my dog. Now, all these situations came to a head when Snoop started having problems with Death Row, because Ray J, who's not in a gang, is affiliating himself with Snoop, who's affiliating himself with the East Side Crip. And you affiliating yourself with Suge Knight, who's affiliated with the Bloods. now you got a bit of a problem, because now they having static. Now the people around it gonna be like, well, you hang out with Suge more than anybody, you know, because Ray J was going wherever the money was going, and that's where he gonna hang out at. And Badass is the same type of way. He was a hanger-on, but he was one of the best hanger-ons. He the guy that's gonna get the weed. He gonna roll the weed. He gonna get the car, warm it up. That's him. You know, and he was down. If you was gonna fight, he was gonna be there to fight with you. Ray J is an actor and an R&B artist. You know, so he's playing the role of being down because Suge paid for everything. Suge buying this, Suge buying that. He gonna be around the money. So as Snoop getting ready to position himself, this is like 99. Snoop was like, I'm finna, you know, create my own thing. I'm finna do the East Siders. Ray J knew about it. And when Snoop was doing his shows and everything, and he was the East Siders, and he wasn't dealing with Death Row no more, and he had all this problems with Suge Knight, at that point, it was pretty much dealt with financially, but still, you know, he ain't want to know, he didn't trust it. And I can understand Snoop for that. Snoop like don't want to take no chances. You don't want to keep your guard down thinking everything cool, that then it ain't cool no more. So he was like, look, Badass, you know, because they did a show, I believe in was it St. Louis, or is it the St. Louis or Detroit? The East Siders did a show, and I think Ray J came out to the show, because I don't even know how he got out there, but I think he was there. He was kicking it. He was on the tour bus, laughing and joking and stuff like that. And Snoop told Badass, he said, look, I don't want my cousin, you know, Ray J, coming on the tour bus no more. He's like, cause he hang out with Suge, man. I'm trying to cut off anybody that's hanging with Suge. I don't want nothing to do with no more. Like, I want them completely cut off everything. So the next time that Ray J was trying to come back and kick it with Badass, because they was in town, he was trying to get back on the bus. And he was like, oh man, I can't let you on the bus no more. And he was like, why not? He was like, oh, because they, you know, Snoop tripping because, you know, you still cool with Suge and everything. He's like, that's my family. He was like, man, you know, you can talk to him. You know, but he ain't trying to let nobody on the bus that's cool with Suge right now. You know, that's his bus. You know, I can't change that. It ain't my decision. It's his. But I can't let you on the bus. So he was like, oh man, I can't believe you gonna play me like this. He was, dude, what are you mad at me for? This is out my hands. So he's like, man, I ain't got time for this. I got something else going on, man. So he go on here and get out of there. And he goes to his hotel room. Next thing you know, he's texting Badass. You a bitch and blah, 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 blah. Bitch ass dude. I thought you was my homie. I thought you was real. You ain't real. You a fake Crip. And going off and talking about all this nonsense. So they going back and forth. He was like, man, y'all just scared of Suge. Man, y'all grown ass men. Y'all just scared of one man. Y'all scared of Suge. Just say you scared of Suge. That's all you got to say. And he was like, man, F you and F Suge. That's what Badass said. So some weeks go by, you know, and this is Badass' fault. I look at more than anybody, because he should have known better. You know what you text. You know what you said. So here we go. You know, and it's another situation where somebody screwed up. Badass get home. He back in LA. Everything's smooth. He ain't heard from Ray J, nobody. And he go to it was some type of party or whatever they was at. And Suge Knight is there. And he ain't feel no problem with Suge because, him and Suge was still cool. They ain't had nothing. He was like, "Oh, Suge, what's up?" He was like, "Hey, badass, come on over here. Let me holler at you for a minute." He grabbed him around the neck, took him around the corner. He was like, "Man, I heard what you said, man." He was like, "What?" Yeah, little nigga. I heard what you said. You said, "Fuck Suge Knight." Huh? Think I'm a bitch? Pop! Hit Suge Knight. Suge Knight hit that mug in the jaw when he went over there. Four of his big goons come out. Boom, 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 boom. They pounding on him, kicking him, stomping him. And Suge just laughing at him. Got that chuckle going. And they just go on ahead and they step out. And they just left him there. They just want to give him an ass whooping to let him know that ain't going to be tolerated. The disrespect. So, Badass gets up, stumble out of there. He get back home, tell his uncles, who are OG Crips. They get the car, they strap up, they riding around, they looking for any one of the dudes that done beat him up. Because he hot. He ain't care about nothing right now, no music career, no nothing. And then Snoop is like, "Dude, what is you doing?" He's like, "You about to start a war. Just take the ass whooping." That's what he's like, "Man, just take the ass whooping. You knew what you said. Just take the ass whooping. Let it be. You getting paid. You on a label. We doing shows. Like, forget that. Get this money." And he was like, "Man, whenever I see Ray J, it's on. He set me up. He had Suge them jump me." So that's all in his mind. Every year he was like, "Man, if I see Ray J, it's on site. I'm taking off." So it took 10 years for him to have the opportunity to lash out at Ray J. Now, when Badass got jumped, Ray J felt sorry and told a mutual friend. And they passed and tunneled the information back to Badass. It was that, "Oh, Ray J didn't know they was finna do that to you. He was just saying to somebody." He was just saying, like, "Man, he's just saying F you." Like, man, he didn't say, "Man, we gonna set him up. Let's jump him." But you might as well did, because that information just did that. Now, you go out to the... now you go out here thinking everything is everything, and he know Badass don't like him still. Because the information came back. Oh, Badass said, "F you, it's on site." So he knew what it was. Like, alright. Like, I tried to explain it, but alright. So they go all the way out to where, who was out there? They went all the way out to I'm trying to think who was there at that time. Some type of show where they got video on YouTube and everything else. I think he had, and I don't know if it was Samaya Reese or whatever chick he with, and he was with his uncle. And his uncle was a crip who just want to set it off. He one of them people that's finna go and looking for a reason to go. And he was like, "Oh, Ray J don't even see me. I'm here and everything. He don't even know I'm here. And I ain't gonna get another chance like this." So he told his uncle, "When I see him, I'm taking off. I just need you there to have my back." And his uncle like, "Let's go. Sign me right on up. Wasn't doing nothing tonight." So they go right down there, right? And he waited on Ray J to pass him. And he timed it perfectly, looked away. As soon as Ray J passed him, didn't even look. He just came down, straight line. 2 shots. Bing, bing, bing. And of course, it's people who can't really fight. They just swinging hands, you know. Ray J stood his ground, throwing punches back. And it was what it was. You know, he took a couple of shots in the mouth. And that's all Badass wanted. He just wanted his fair shot. And to him, it was over. You know, and right now, there's been no retaliation. There's been no problem, anything else. He just wanted to get that squared away due to what happened. But it's over with him. He just wanted to get that out of his system with Ray J. You know, he hadn't had a chance to have a conversation with him since. But the problem escalated and got out of control. Because during this time, he was saying, like, "Y'all come back, I'm going to go on there and tell them about your boyfriend." Because he had already got outed by this other chick that was bringing it up, that he was messing around with his boy George. Not Boy George, the artist, but his homie George that they call Buck, Young Buck. And Young Buck, the rapper, had to get involved because everybody kept associating, when you say Young Buck, they going to think Young Buck is G-Unit. So when his girlfriend Danger put that out there, that you messing around with with Young Buck, everybody know you gay, and you bisexual. Now it becomes a bigger issue because now all of this going on, he just wants all this to stop. So Ray J don't want no problems with nobody. He don't want no problems with Danger. He just wants this noise to be over with. Like, everybody know I'm not this, everybody know I'm not that. So when this noise is out about him and old boy, Young Buck had to call there and he's like, "Look, I want to talk to this dude before I send him a message on any internet." So he put it out there like, "She's not talking about me. She's talking about another dude." But he told Ray J, "Get this under control. Keep my name out of it." But, you know, Buck doing it in his Tennessee fashion, because Buck ain't with none of this. Young Buck, like G-Unit Buck. Hey, partner, man, you better tell her to keep my name out of mouth. You hear me? It's gonna be for real. Yeah. I ain't with none of that. I don't play no games like that, boy. Tell her to keep Buck name out of mouth. She better make it clear who she talking to. Man, Buck, you couldn't do nothing when Young Buck trying to reach you. You better find some way to get back to Buck. And Ray J went public and started saying he ain't like that. That person, you know, they cool with it. Ray J has a lot of friends that are homosexual. That is known. He hangs out with them. Doesn't mean that Ray J is homosexual or bisexual. He just hangs out with a lot of homosexual people. Him and Chris Brown. Probably not as much now, but when Chris was first coming up, like his first album and everyone else, he was hanging out with a lot of homosexual people. Not to say that they were dating or doing anything crazy, but one of his closest friends was the writer from him. That was Dre. Andre Merritt, you know, that was Breezy's writer. And he was up and coming in the game. And Chris Brown, is the songs that you love from Chris Brown, he was writing most of those. Because if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, it's the Top of My Dome. I think he wrote Run. And those two were inseparable at times. So people would assume, what's going on here? And people gonna be, who is Andre Merritt? I mean, you see Andre Merritt, and I mean, you can make your own decision. But it's a lot of stuff going on in this world, because in this circle, Chris Stokes, who's the manager of the B2K thing, and we all know what happened there with that scandal. They were all in one big circle. It was all one big, gigantic circle, where it involved Bow Wow and Raz B and Omarion and all these little R&B singing groups was all in this little circle where there were a lot of activity and rumors of homosexuality and how they were used, and when Raz B went public and how the community really got together to bash him, you know. So is all this true? Who knows? If it's all lies, who knows? But this is what was out there. And I'm letting you know and be aware of what was out there at that time. So, your boy Carcino, I'm out.